Today we are talking about Kopi Luwak, also known as civet coffee. Kopi Luwak is one of the most expensive coffees in the world, selling for $220 all the way up to $1,000 per kilogram and up to $100 a cup. So how is the most expensive coffee in the world made? It gets produced by the cherry coffee beans that are digested by a cat-like animal that is found in Indonesia. These cat-like animals are called palm civets. This is the reason where Kopi Luwak gets its name, because Kopi Luwak directly translates into the word civet coffee. Civets come out at night, eat the cherries from the coffee plants, digest the cherries, and poop. And in that poop is coffee beans. Undigested coffee beans. Beans that are still left whole. So the farmer who found the undigested coffee beans could take them out of the dung and wash them, roast them, and then it's sold as Kopi Luwak. Why is Kopi Luwak the most expensive coffee? It's not its smoothness or aroma that makes it top-notch price, but rather its production method. The coffee tree is called Coffea arabica. This tree is found in tropical and southern Africa and tropical Asia. These trees produce a bright white flower in the spring and then bear half-inch berries that gradually darken from green to blackish parts. The coffee beans are found inside the cherries. Each cherry contains 2 seeds, which eventually become the coffee beans you use to brew coffee. The palm civet cats are omnivores and eat anything from mangoes, bananas, berries, rambutan, and small insects. Among fruit civets love are the cherries from the Arabica and Robusta coffee plants. These civets leave the unripened fruit alone and eat off the deep red cherries because the flavor is sweet like a watermelon or raspberry combo. So how does the flavor of the coffee beans improve? First of all, because the civets were picky about the best cherries they ate, meant that the best were eaten by them. Secondly, the unusual filtering system meant that proteins and aroma were broken down in the civet's stomach, and the natural enzymes lowered levels of acidity and levels of caffeine by making it less bitter. The flesh of the coffee cherries is removed during the digestive process, and the beans are not digested by the civet cat. The farmers considered this type of coffee better tasting and smelling than average coffee. The palm civet is a small cat-like animal also known as toddy cat. This animal is found in places like India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Malaysia. These animals resemble a cat at first sight, but their eyes are more bearded and tails are much longer than an ordinary cat. So why did this cat become so famous? This cat has a specific love for the Arabica coffee berries, and usually they collect only the reddest, tastiest beans for their diet. After 24 to 36 hours, the feces from the civet cat are expelled, and this is seen as gold because the coffee beans digested by the civet cat are almost unaffected and left whole. This adds the flavor to the coffee. And some have said this coffee has a nutty flavor and is rich and delicious, and there are some hints of caramel and chocolate. This is one of the rarest and expensive coffees in the world. Today, this coffee is sold as luxury across the globe. You can expect to pay up to $100 for a cup of Luwak. These coffee beans are collected from the feces and separated, washed, cleaned, and dried in the sun. Once the beans have dried enough, the outer layer is removed. In some cases, it is pounded with a pestle. The beans are not affected, but it makes the process easier to remove the coffee beans. The next step is to remove by hand any damaged beans from the lot. The rest of the Kopi Luwak is ready for roasting. So, would you spend $100 for this cup of coffee? Do you think it's worth it? Let us know in the comments below.